Yo, welcome back to the Red or Blue Pill channel, people. Thank you for returning subscribers. If you're new, what we do is go through creepy TikToks and make you question reality. Don't forget, sub up, turn on notifications. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. With that being said, let's roll.
Can you comment on the drones that are flying around New Jersey ports?
The government knows what is happening. They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people. And they should, because the people are really, I mean, they happen to be over Bedminster. Want to know the truth. They're very close to Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. I've decided to cancel my trip.
Have you received an intelligence briefing on the drones?
I don't want to comment on that.
Interesting. Trump is suspicious, very suspicious on the drones. So that would confirm that there could be two factions going on, and we're seeing the technology and the intel or whatever they're doing of exactly what's going on between the two factions within the government. Trump obviously being one of them, and probably Obama on the other side is representing at the moment. So that could be what it is. But there's some orbs and stuff going on up there. So whose is who? I don't know. I mean, if Trump's a time traveler, then the orbs, we give that to Trump, shall we? I don't know. Let me know what you think.
The world is changed. I feel it in the water. I feel it in the earth.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Get away!
Don't touch it.
Oh my God!
Probably fake, right? But I don't know. If I put it in there, let me know what you think.
Months ago that Trump worked at McDonald's?
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. And then just after the election, Trump, Elon, RFK Jr., and Don Jr. are pictured on Trump's plane eating what?
McDonald's.
Now you're putting it together. And what restaurant just so happened to have an employee who recognized Luigi called 911 where he was arrested?
McDonald's.
Uh-huh. And what restaurant routinely does promotional work with Monopoly?
McDonald's.
Now you're getting the picture.
No, I'm not.
I know, it's pretty clear. Like, we're just supposed to believe that Luigi was carrying around Monopoly money. But there's one final piece that ties all this together. Oh, and by the way, did you see the video of the alleged shooting?
Yes.
Yeah, take a closer look. If the CEO was allegedly shot to death, then why don't you see any bullets coming out of the gun?
I think the bullets are just moving so fast that they're not visible.
Mm-hmm. And isn't that convenient if you want to stage a fake killing?
They have the CEO's body.
Do they? Oh, it makes me so angry. But this next part is what ties everything together. I'll have to fix that later. So the CEO was under federal investigation for insider trading. Who was he insider trading with?
I don't know.
Exactly. Nancy Pelosi. They don't want you to know. Former Speaker of the House, current Keeper of the Crypt, notorious for insider trading. She had ties to United Healthcare. Amongst other trades, it's a few months ago that Trump worked at McDonald's.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel. It's literally, that is how I feel. I've got all these questions and dodgy stuff, and then you're just like trying to put it together, but you've still got no idea. Like, you know something's not right. The world is bonkers, but you just can't put it. There's just loads of coincidences, and you can't really quite put it all together or agree. It's just crazy. But yeah, I thought that was quite funny.
Poland has just made firearm lessons for kids in school mandatory in preparation for a potential Russian attack. So it'll go like maths at 9, history at 10, weapons training at 11. You see, 3 months ago, weapons training in Poland was voluntary, but due to the constant escalation between the West and Russia, and them sitting right in the middle, they've now made it non-optional. From now on, kids as young as 13 across all 18,000 of their schools will learn how to assemble and operate guns as a class. For safety, they will not use live ammunition, but rather a laser-based system that would mimic real-world scenarios. And the principal said that it's become the kids' favorite lesson and that this training will be very valuable given the state of the world today. People who support the move said that it will build a sense of responsibility among the youth to protect their country, while those against it worried that exposure to weapons at such a young age could normalize violence, and teaching them these skills could backfire. So the question is, do you think that this is a good idea or not?
Wow, what a cool idea. And that just shows that Poland must be a good place to live, because I don't think it would be a good idea for the UK to do that, because I think it would probably go against the UK government right now and a lot of other places. So, but yeah, fair play. Good idea. Why not? Learn survival skills in this weird world we live in. It's not a bad thing, is it?
Oh, Donna, if this infuriates you, you haven't stepped into the rabbit holes we have. See, us truthers have been on this app for some years, and we've been pushing information out to wake up you guys. Welcome to the Great Awakening. Welcome to the greatest plot that the evil cabal was trying to do to take over our nation, to take over our world. It wasn't just happening here in the United States. Other countries, other foreign leaders that were corrupt. This is a worldwide sting. Welcome to the greatest operation you will ever see in your whole life. Hold your britches. It's about to get rough. And Donna also wanted to add one last thing. Wait until you find out what all these evil Kabbalists, Hollywood, music industry, all of them, your schools, your judges, your attorneys, your police departments, your DCFS, it's all of them who have been a part of sacrificing children. You ain't seen nothing yet. You haven't heard nothing yet. Because if you did, you would be on this app like we have been for the past 5, 6, 7, 8 years, trying to push out this information to wake you guys up, to quit supporting these people. Again, welcome to the Great Awakening.
Yeah. I think it's all over the world. It is. I really do. And yeah, one must have hope that we are winning. That we are winning. But don't trust anyone.
I remember when I lost my mind.
So the Earth is definitely not flat now. Wow, who would have known? Jeez, I'm going to miss making these flat Earth videos. Some of them got such good views. I got some quite decent money from TikTok for it. Anyway, a group of the biggest flat earthers on the planet went to Antarctica yesterday, the 15th of December, to prove once and for all that the Earth is flat. And guess what they found? A 24-hour sun just circled them. It never set. And it's so funny watching the video. It's called The Final Experiment. Some bloke paid for them to go, and I think it cost 30 grand each to get them down to Antarctica. But on the flat Earth model, there is no Antarctica. It's just an ice wall that goes around their disk to keep the water in. And therefore, they said, if we go to Antarctica, we will see the sunset. And the Globe people said, no, that's not how it works. You'll see a 24-hour sun. It will literally just circle you and never set. And guess what? The flat earthers videoed it, and there's a 24-hour sun. And one of the big guys, I forget what his name is, Jared or something, he comes on afterwards and he's like, I was wrong. I was certain I was right. As if thousands of years of experiments and millions of scientists from all fields were lying about the shape of the Earth. Just go and Google The Final Experiment. But the funny thing is, when you're hearing some of them talking, they're going, yeah, this disproves our model. This definitely disproves our model. But somebody might be able to work out why. They've spent their entire lives. Well, I've spoken to somebody, quite a big TikToker before, who's a flat earther. We've had a conversation. And they know that the Earth was round. They're just doing it for views to get paid. And when I told somebody who is a flat earther, that was the case. They were like, no, they would never do that. Of course they would never do that. Could you imagine if you went on TikTok and said that the earth was flat and you got 10 million views and you made 10 grand from it? What would you do on your next video? You sure as hell would repeat it, wouldn't you? Anyway, like we've been saying, flat earthers, what are you going to do now? So I guess it's goodbye from me on the flat earth subject. I'm sure there's something else we can debate them about. Oh yeah, what was the other one? Aeroplanes don't have fuel in them. They levitate. Let's see if we can go down that rabbit hole. Maybe we can pay one of them to go and fuel a jet up.
You see what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense. I would think the sun, seeing a 24-hour sun, would prove it's flat because it's not going around the curve. Like, what? How does that prove it's a globe? I don't know. I have no idea. Do you know what? I haven't got the brain power to even try and process it right now, people. No idea.
So while you've all been focused on these drone sightings, an OpenAI researcher and whistleblower was found dead. His name was Sudhir Balaji, and you're definitely going to want to hear about this one. Now here's the interesting thing, right? Balaji actually left the company in August, and he had been raising a lot of concerns publicly, saying that the company had allegedly violated US copyright law while developing its popular ChatGPT chatbot. But this gets so much more interesting. OpenAI is actually currently involved with a lot of legal disputes with a number of publishers, authors, even artists, over alleged use for copyrighted material for AI training data. A lawsuit filed by news outlets last December actually seeks to hold OpenAI and Microsoft accountable for billions of dollars in damages. And now in the midst of this, Balaji all of a sudden commits you know what? But it's interesting because just last year, I'm sure everybody remembers, 24 AI experts, right, called on governments to take action to manage risk from AI. And that policy document had a very particular focus, focusing on extreme risk posed by the most advanced systems, such as enabling large-scale criminal or terrorist activities. It's crazy to me because so many people have not been focusing on AI at all. They've just been seeing it as entertainment. But OpenAI actually has so much controversy that nobody seems to be talking about. For example, 20 artists that had access to the Sora app in November, right, actually opposed the Sora app in an open letter to OpenAI and accused the tech firm of using artists, with them saying a lot of interesting things, including that artists are not your unpaid R&D. But not just that, also saying that we are not your free bug testers, PR puppets, training data, validation tokens. Artists also saying that, in quotations, we are being lured into art washing, to tell the world that Sora is a useful tool for artists. And so many of you don't even know about BlackRock's Aladdin AI, or even the Pegasus spyware. Now that one's really interesting. Something that I don't see myself being able to talk about on an app like TikTok right now. So I might actually do a deeper dive on Pegasus spyware because that one's really interesting. Can you guess who owns that spyware? As if that shouldn't have already been obvious. But the fact that Balaji had a lot to say and then all of a sudden ends up you know what, it just has me thinking, how much do we not know about?
Very cool message I just got about you. Before you came here, you had an agreement with God. All this stuff that you're going through, all of this stuff that you've survived, all of the trauma in your past, everything, all of it, you've gone through for a reason. The agreement you have with God before you came here is that you would win. You would be the winner. If you could survive it, if you could keep moving forward, if you could keep getting up out of bed every morning and keep fighting, that you were guaranteed, you were guaranteed the win before you came here. I'm honored to be a part of your team.
Do you really think that they don't know what these are? Aw, that's sweet. Well, why don't you open up Google and type in US Patent 2017-0144-756A1 and see what pops up. Oh, look at that. It's a US patent. Let's take a closer look. Oh, it's for drones. It's for 6-foot drones. How very interesting. 6-foot drones that just happen to have lights in the middle of them. Lights in the middle of them. And little landers. Little landers. That's so coincidental. maybe, just maybe, they're creating a whole lot of hubbub because uncertainty creates fear, and fear is easy to control. What I recommend, though, is do some fasting and some praying and get your discernment ready, because I do think something is coming. Entertainment only, though, of course.
Yeah, I mean, they know what they are, don't they? It's just ridiculous. Like, come on, man, just tell us what they are. Like, just it's a drone. Like, it is just a drone. A lot of them that we see are drones, but it's the other stuff as well that we see in the orbs. Like, they should have to come out and explain what it is. Like, there's no way you can't know what that is. You've got the technology to go out and have a good close up. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just weird. Very strange.
So Elon posted this photo of them at the Army-Navy game. And you see this little logo that's cropped out on the side? That is the logo of Palantir. Palantir is one of the companies co-owned by Peter Thiel. He is who broke the record for donating the most money to a Senate candidate. That Senate candidate being J.D. Vance. And during the Army-Navy game, Palantir showed a video pretty much advertising their new drone systems, because they are heavily involved in the military and surveillance departments. And obviously you're going to get huge contracts now that J.D. Vance is vice president. But please enjoy this little trailer of the RoboCop Assets commercial that they produced. With a less than ominous slogan at the end, battles are won before they begin. So maybe they're saying they pose no threat because they know exactly who they are.
Alright, this is going to be a long video. I need you guys to bear with me though, because you're going to get a lot of knowledge out of this. What are the aliens? Do the aliens exist? Are the aliens biblical? I do not believe in aliens. I believe in good and bad spirits. I'm not woo-woo. I'm a follower of Christ, so let's get into it. First, we have to go all the way back to Noah's flood. Why did God flood the earth? The fallen angels had lusted after the women of the earth, so they cohabitated with humans and created this like mixed breed fallen angel human mix. Those are called the Nephilim. The Nephilim were giants. I mean, think about it. They're half angel, half human. The humans actually worshipped the Nephilim. They looked at them as gods, lowercase g. This is where you get all the Greek mythology gods. This is where you get all the Hindu gods. The Nephilim and the fallen angels were very powerful and very knowledgeable. This is where the pyramids come from. Why do you think they built them? The pyramids are just one huge preserver of organic material for bodies. What do you need the bodies for? Spirits to inhabit them. I can prove this. Inside the pyramids, every single wall is made out of granite, and in each room that is made out of granite, every single room is airtight. Why would they do that? Granite, it's primarily made up of quartz, and when you have water or air in there pressurizing the granite or the quartz releases negative ions which can actually preserve organic material. I actually tested it out myself using bananas, and it worked. It's weird. That's just to prove that the Nephilim and the fallen angels were very, very knowledgeable. They knew what they were doing. So keep that in mind. Next, God flooded the earth so that he could get rid of all the Nephilim genetics in the human DNA. He saved the pure human DNA via Noah's family and then killed off all the rest. If he didn't do that, Jesus would have never been born. That is why God did the flood. They died in water. Also keep that in mind. The Nephilim are next seen in the Keys of Solomon. They're seen as spirits this time, and they don't have bodies. Solomon would actually make them do what he wanted, because he had authority over them through God, through the Lord, through the name Emmanuel, Jesus Christ. He then traps them in a brass bottle and throws them back into the ocean, back into the water. This is going to be a recurring theme. That brass box that he throws in the ocean, that's Genie in the bottle. That's where that comes from. You tap it or you rub it and you get 3 wishes. They do as you say. Those dark principalities, those dark spirits, they are very, very powerful, and they can get what they want. But if you have the Lord Jesus Christ, you have authority over them. Anyways, those dark spirits, they're probably still trapped in water somewhere, the oceans, lakes, I'm not sure. But why do you think the government came out saying that there's like aliens in the ocean? They're not aliens. They're dark principalities. They are probably Nephilim spirits or fallen angel spirits. I'm not sure which one. I could care less. But think about it. If they were able to make the pyramids, what do you think they would be able to make next? Especially with today's technology? It's crazy. It makes perfect sense though. Like, if you are a master deceiver, right? You could start pushing like alien movies out there, thinking that people will get abducted or something. And in Revelation, when the rapture happens, you would start telling people, hey, it's aliens taking these people. It's not the rapture. And then bam, you would introduce those aliens to people and make peace with them, trying to deceive them. Why do you think we're seeing so many videos about aliens or about random drones that we cannot identify? It's because they're slowly trying to push that stuff. Makes sense. Anyways, that's my spiel about the Nephilim. That's why they are very knowledgeable, very powerful. It is seen in history. But yeah, I hope this makes sense. Anyways, none of the stuff really matters. All you need is to believe in Christ, read the Gospels, believe the Gospels. I love you guys.
End of the show, peeps. Thanks for watching. I will see you tomorrow.